are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Wednesday, September 27, 2023. How are we? Good. Yeah, all right. Good. I'm glad we got that out of the way. So tonight, I don't have the background up. I know I was doing something. What are we doing tonight? Oh, yeah. Tonight's about the Encounters series. If you haven't seen it, you're not missing anything. I watched all 4 episodes today. Your mother's got 19 lip locks. I left my notebook in the other room and I need that for tonight's show. Got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. Well, they're making a big stink about it. And Netflix put a lot of money into promoting it. Everywhere you go on the internet, that's all I ever see is this encounters. I don't know if it was good or bad. Let me tell you. There wasn't anything that surprised me. But I need to get my notebook. Hello? Can I go do that? Is it okay? I can go get my notebook? All right. I'm going to go grab my notebook. I want you guys to watch this. And I'll be back in 30 seconds. And we'll do roll call. Go.
Stood out to me the most. It's interesting that a lot of information is redacted, blurred out for some whatever reason that is. But I'm glad they're sharing videos. Again, most of the videos that they put out were very mundane, balloons, rubbish in the air. But this one, it's very interesting. A military aircraft. Again, this is Border Patrol footage.
Got
legit.
It. We're good.
We're only showing the legit stuff.
All right.
We think there's some kind of funny business. We'll call it out.
Do a little roll call. Get this shindig on the road. It started
right by the airline.
All right, let's do a little roll call. Let's start off, everybody, with a little bit of Dorothy Hawkins. Welcome to the show. Throwing down a $2 super dono right at the crack of the show. That is pure love. It's a dono, folks. If you don't know what a dono is, ask your local person in the chat. Thanks, Dorothy. Mucho gusto generoso and a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you. Ed Chouffet, and welcome to the show, by the way, Dorothy. Ed Chouffet, welcome to the show. Just love, no more or less. $2 super chat of love, we'll say. When there's nothing in there, it says the same thing. It's a dono. This is a super chat of love. We'll just call it that. It's beautiful. Love it. And Ed, thank you very much for hanging out again. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the show. The Angel of GoofOn throwing down a 3-heart super dono. It's a £5, 5 quid super dono from the Angel of GoofOn. Jeanette Angel, everybody. How's the weather out there? Is glowing? Is it nighttime? Yes, it is. It's midnight out there in Shire. Welcome to the show, and thanks for supporting GoofOn. It's pure love tonight at GoofOn, everybody. We're going to talk about this encounters. And I got a lot of notes. I mean, they talked about the lights over Fukushima and showing us the fake UFOs as legitimate UFOs. These lights showed up at Fukushima. I'm like, that's fake, right? So I had to go through this in agony because everything they show you isn't real. There are no real UFO sightings unless you come over to GoofOn and look at the archives. If you missed last night's show, the last 20 minutes, you can see some UFOs I captured. You may or may not have seen them before. Thanks, Jeanette. You can help support the show the same way. We're supported by you. Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. Welcome to the show. Let's get this stuff going. Ice Cream Shots is here. Light Sky is here. Murder Hornet, welcome to the show. AJB, Alfie Joe Bob, welcome to the show. Intergalactic Angler, welcome to your Dorothy. Shoddy Panoran, hey! How you doing? Good to see you. Been a minute? Renee Cruising, what the frigonometry is that? Hey, Brookers, welcome to the show. Marcel Nunn, because one is better than nothing is better than none. Marcel, welcome to the show. Tony, welcome to the show. Sam O, Goofonian, Rockstar, welcome to the show. All right, Leon Miller, welcome to the show. Sky Allen. And, all right. We already did that one. All right. If I didn't, Don Mofo, there he is. Hey, Rich and GoofOn family, I most definitely love you all, and I haven't been around for a while because I've been having a hard, shitey life. I know, I don't want to say the bad word. But it'll get better, I assure you that. But I love all. We love you too, Don Mofo. We all wish you get well. Everybody throw your get well wishes towards Don Mofo. That was pure love right there, Chief. Welcome. All right, let's get started. So, we got a lot of show to do. Oh, and as you see here in the corner, Rose Cuckold says disclosure is going to happen within 12 to 18 months. What did I say? What have I been saying about this guy? Right? He wants to be the first. Well, you're not, Rose. You're the last. People have been saying this every month forever. So your tactics aren't gonna, bring you more views and more love your way. Yeah. Talk about a guy who came into this field with no experience, only knew the journalists in his life, right? Made some connections, sucked up and sidled with the people that can get him interviews. I mean, this is a guy who's been an investigative journalist in Australia for years. He's got a checkered past, not the cleanest whistle you'd ever want to blow. I don't know what that means. But there he goes. There he goes. He planted his flag, and now he's given himself a year to 18 months to be wrong. Disclosure in 12 to 18 months. These people are unbelievable. Don't they watch? Don't they understand? Don't they get it? I said, don't they get it?
Ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO community.
Just your daily reminder. And let me tell you, and I'm going to keep doing this till, we're as blue as the hat is. My face will be as blue. What? There were people who used to say, "Oh, Rich talks about is Lou Elizondo." Then it was, "All Rich talks about is Corbell." Then it was, "All Rich talks about is how nothing is ever going to go right in ufology," right? And they keep saying the same stuff over and over because we're negative. We're negative. And we're right. We're right. We're not wrong. You're right to believe that they're wrong. You should be confused. Ufology is very confusing right now. You think the government wants to help, and then they push back. They allow whistleblowers to come forward, but only secondhand whistleblowers. They allow them to say certain things, and apparently some of those things were not supposed to be said, or somehow things were said that weren't supposed to. Now there's 30 or more whistleblowers that are saying, David Grush was right. So we know. Why is this? Why are they acting like it's new? Because they're trying to reach the people that can vote. I don't know. They're just looking for people to pay attention, anybody to listen, anybody to see that everything they say is the truth and everything we say is a lie. It's the other way around. I will keep reiterating it. It is a daily thing that I will keep doing, and if it gets old, it gets old. But I tell you what, everybody's going through the same thing right now. There isn't much to talk about. But here you can see Rose Cuckhold says we'll have disclosure in the next 12 to 18 months. Will he tell us where the giant spaceship is buried then? Yeah, right. Unbelievable. Grift in plain sight. You see, people get it. They understand. His stupid patch, right? The big UFO. This guy, people are hip to the shyst. Here, I even wrote it right here. Rose Cuckold is the biggest idiot in ufology. He knows nothing is nothing and wants to be the new Corbell. He's a journalist grifter like Linda Moulton Howdy Doody or Giorgio Napster. He's just trying to be the first to guess when disclosure will happen. How about never? Yeah, and of course, I just posted that. I know. I don't care. I'm not nice. I'm not being nice anymore. I was being nice for a little bit. No more nice. Not to her. Not to Rose. I'm going to show you some sightings tonight. Not mine. But maybe. Maybe. We might try to do something live. Try to connect and show you something live. That'd be cool. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. All right, so more whistleblowers. We're going to talk about this in a few minutes. More UFO whistleblowers secretly confirm non-human biologics and retrieval programs, according to Michael Shellenberger. This guy. Multiple sources with first-hand info. These sources are supporting Grush's claims. Level of secrecy is unusual. Shellenberger has some evidence that the ICIG is doing an investigation. Whistleblowers are afraid. They should be. They should be. You should be. You should be. Why isn't anyone asking Michael Shellenberger about agreements or communications with NHI? Oh, that would be just icing on the pie. Something like that. Check this out. Give you a little whistle wetter. Take a listen.
Effect. Since Grush gave testimony to Congress in August about crashed spacecraft and, quote, non-human biologics, at least 30 other whistleblowers working for the federal government or government contractors have given testimony to the Office of the Intelligence Community Inspector General, according to sources interviewed by Public.
Despite the growing number of whistleblowers, the intelligence community is still fighting disclosure, according to Public Inspector General of the Intelligence Community, Thomas A. Monhelm, said that his office has not conducted any audit, inspection, and evaluation or review of alleged UAP programs within responsibility authority of the DNI that would enable a fulsome response. Author of the Public Substack, Michael Shellenberger, joins us now to discuss. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So, Michael, this is garnering a lot of attention. We're hearing from more and more whistleblowers. Do you think this is going to lead for the government, the Pentagon in particular, to be more transparent on what they actually do know and how long they've maintained?
All right. This is the ridiculousness. Michael Shellenberger is making a big splash in ufology right now. He's saying the things that need to be said to get the funding, to get the congressional, the legislature, what is it? The legislation laws passed. This guy's, he's in it. He's in on it. But all he is it a cog in the wheel or a wheel in the cog? He's just a piece of the pie. No, he's a wheel. He's a cog. Yeah. Now, Michael Shellenberger is definitely promoting the narrative they want us to believe. He does a good job, but, it is what it is. Listen, says all the right things.
Maintaining this information in private.
Well, I certainly hope so. I think that's the really big question. I mean, I think what's important to point out here is that, right after Grush's testimony in July, a lot of people said, he's one guy, he's relying on secondhand information. He hasn't actually touched any exotic materials or spacecraft. But now we have reports from multiple sources, including people that have had direct contact with these programs, telling us that indeed many of Grush's claims were accurate, including about the retrieved craft, around reverse engineering programs. I would say there's still multiple possibilities here.
It's not that we have a problem with what Grush said. I don't think people have a problem with what he said. I sure don't. I have a problem with who he heard it from and how he's being used as a big pawn. It's really sad being on the outside watching what this guy's being put through, knowing that he's going to be spit out as a patsy in the next couple of years. They have very short lifespans, but they can have a lifetime, a career talking about how the government is corrupt, how they allocate funds illegally to different programs. Look, I'm okay with it. If they are doing what I think they're doing with the biologics, stupid word. Just like tornadic. Dumb. You don't need it. It's not a necessary word. Anyway, I'll continue.
I'm agnostic myself. I do not know what is going on. There is a possibility, for example, that this is a kind of social contagion, a kind of effect of human unconscious that particularly impacts military intelligence folks. It's not inconceivable. The thing that's so strange, though, about it is this intense level of secrecy, which has actually increased in recent months. So
I don't know what he's talking about. What the hell did he just say? No. Can we? I never do this. I never go back and play something over and over. What did he just say? Listen to I don't know what he said. It doesn't make sense what I think I heard he said.
Said, he's one guy. He's relying on secondhand information. He hasn't actually touched any exotic materials or spacecraft. But now we have reports from multiple sources, including people that have had direct contact with these programs, telling us that indeed many of Grush's claims were accurate, including about the retrieved craft, around reverse engineering programs. I would say there's still multiple possibilities here. I am agnostic myself. I do not know what is going on. There is a possibility, for example, that this is a kind of social contagion, a kind of...
A social contagion? What is a social contagion? You know what a contagion is? A virus, right? So is this some sort of social experiment? Is that what he means? Is that what I'm hearing? A social contagion? I've never heard it put this way before. Listen. Come on.
What is going on? There is a possibility, for example, that this is a kind of social contagion, a kind of effect of human unconscious that particularly impacts military intelligence folks.
What? It infects military? Wait, what? Listen.
There is a possibility, for example, that this is a kind of social contagion, a kind of effect of human unconscious that particularly impacts military intelligence folks.
Effective human unconscious that affects military folks. What in the hell is that? What is this? What is he saying? I really don't know.
Contagion, a kind of effect of human unconscious that particularly impacts
effective human unconscious that impacts
military intelligence
folks.
It's not inconceivable. The thing that's so strange, though, about it is this intense level of secrecy, which has actually increased in recent months. So it didn't even make it into the piece, but they've been denying more freedom of information requests to the federal government, to the main person that requests, a guy named John Greenwald. That after during the hearing, Grush said, "I'll tell you where these retrieved craft are at specific bases or military contractors." They would not let him have a skiff or a kind of secure compartmentalized facility. And then now when we, our sources tell us, and some of them were in the piece, actually on the record, we're saying that we're seeing both the defense secretary and others start to kind of close up and try to basically oppose an amendment proposed by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, which would require that the contractors and others with any potential crashed materials return them. So, if it's a social contagion, if it's something, or if it's just even if it's just a Defense Department weapons program, there is supposed to be congressional oversight of secret weapons programs.
Social contagion. Michael Shellenberger definitely loves the limelight. He is he's good. He says a lot of the right things for that side of ufology to work. Right? What did he say? He said a lot of things that were really confusing. It is a social contagion that consciously affects military personnel. Something like that. Wow. Well, that's 3 minutes and 33 seconds of I don't know what, but wow. I want to jump a little further. I haven't listened to this. Let me just see what he's saying a few minutes down. Let's go to 520. There we go.
But nonetheless, it's supposed to be confidential. It's supposed to be secure. Cher Michael, when he read the response from the Inspector General of the intelligence community, a guy named Thomas A. Monheim, it was a very strange letter because he sent it to one of the Congress people that had asked about this, about the whistleblowers. And Monheim said, yeah, there's no audit or evaluation, making it sound like they weren't looking into this. Well, of course, we know, I'm 100% sure that they are looking into this. I have very strong evidence that they are looking into this. But he left off his letter the word investigation. So he never said he wasn't doing an investigation. Well, that's not just a semantic point. Investigation is a whole department of his special office. So you see that.
Games. Your move. Next. That Michael Shellenberger is everywhere. Everywhere on X. Everywhere. Well, let's get into it. Oh, hold on. I can't. I just can't. These two are just awful. Bryce Zabel and Rose Cuckold. Just, I can't. They're awful. All right. Whether the NHI claims are true or not, 30 or more whistleblowers did go to the ICIG to report unethical, potentially illegal behavior in regards to covering up the UFO truth. If I talk slower, it means more. Seriously, if I talk any slower, I'm going to go to sleep. All right. Samo and Goofon, I've had messages. Diane said she's in chats, but we can't see her. Please, can you find out why we can't see her? if I see her, I see everything, so I don't know. She's not blocked, so unless somebody blocked her. I can check. It'll take me 2 minutes. So I'll check when a video is rolling. So I watched this encounters. Now, hold on. I am going to pull up the video, I think. It's on Netflix. Let's go to Netflix. I wasn't going to do it, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play it. I'm going to screen, just go along and talk about it because I've seen it. I've made notes. I know what, we can just get screenshots of everything that's going on and it'll be like we're watching it. Okay, capiche? All right. And I don't know. I'm going to have to sign in. I don't know if, yeah, it looks like it remembered me. Here we go. Yeah, it's working. Show notifications, block. Richie Goofon. There we go. I got to pull it up and pause it. Continue watching. Baby Gorilla. Isn't it Netflix? Well, where is it? I thought it was on Netflix. Hold on. It is on Netflix. All right, let me look it up. It should just show up as what I've been watching. But I don't. Well, it doesn't matter. We're fine. I'll pull it up. But you encounters. Here we go. Recently added. All right. Episode 1, Messengers. Let me get this out of the way so I can see the screen. Make sure we got the sound off so there's no issues. And I'm gonna, a new device is using, yes, thank you. Here we go. And all right. So here a guy gives a girl a hug. He's telling the story of Ezekiel's wheel because he's very Christian. There was an underlying tone, a religious tone in this docuseries of Christianity. A kind of, it was an undertone, but it was there. And anytime you saw this guy, he reminded us that God works in mysterious ways. That's what I was getting from this. So he's living out here. He's seen this thing. The kids see it. Everybody sees it. UFOs, the gimbal. This guy, you've seen this guy. What's his name? Mark Roberts. He describes the gimbal. What did I put? The gimbal what? I can't read my own writing. The gimbal video, an artist or writer. These are very sensitive people, I wrote. Oh, yeah, they are sensitive people in this documentary. And let me explain something. And I know half of you don't like it when I say it. But these people in this docuseries are on that side of ufology. It's the only way it works. This guy here says, they see them all the time. While he shakes his head, no. He goes, oh yeah, we see them all the time. Exactly like this. Didn't like that guy at all. But 300 people reported seeing mysterious lights in the sky over central Texas. And they talk about it, and they talk about the Stevensville sighting. Okay? They go over the Stevensville sighting. For those of you who are not familiar with the Stevensville sighting event, it is one of the most famous of all UFO events ever. There's a guy, Stephen Allen, who shares his experience on here. He seems like a very credible, very believable guy. He's a pilot, I believe, too. I think he was in Nam, if I remember correctly. Saw many super bright lights. Many of them. No explanation. Right over his head. He said, and this was very interesting. I've had this happen. When the UFO, the bright lights went over his head, a wave of peacefulness came over him. And then when it passed, everything went back to normal. I find that very interesting. Was he having a psychological effect, or was it a psychological effect? Were they communicating with his vibration and pouring love from the lights themselves? Some people think that is true. The aliens pour their love out when they fly over us. No, I don't know. I just made that up. But it's interesting. I've heard a lot of people say it. I've had it happen. When I saw the fleet in April of 06, what year was it? 05? I think it was 05. Well, whatever. I felt that they were there for me. That was one of the 2 times I've ever felt that. It was cool. And for another show. So these people saw these lights today. Nobody knows what the Stephenville lights were about. But, they tried to figure it out. So they talked about that for 20 minutes. Here you go. Yeah, see? Yeah, that's where Steve's and Leroy's sighting was. Leroy, he's a character. So he said it was not this guy, but the other guy said, even though he had the peaceful thing happen, he said it was like a religious experience and he was never the same. He saw the F-16s chasing these lights as well as this guy here, Leroy. Leroy! Las Vegas. So he calls the news. This guy does too. But the other guy is a pilot. Leroy, this guy, is an officer. Leroy Gateman, I believe. He said he saw what looked like bubble, an orb type of UFO. It had a red, fiery color to it. And he saw pulsing lights popping up, just like my fleet sighting I saw. I couldn't believe it when I saw this. This guy said the same thing I said about mine. And he even did this. They showed up. Bing, 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 bing. It's exactly what happens. Oh, I was very excited to hear. This is why you never throw away evidence. You can dismiss shit, but just don't throw it away. Someday, somebody may repeat what happened to you. Now you're not so crazy anymore. And next thing you know, you'll find other people have had the same crazy experience as you, which you dismissed, which I've dismissed many. And you're going to see those videos and you're going to be like, no, that's a UFO. But you're going to be like, okay, well, maybe it's not. But people, we could use anything in a distance that's a slightly out of focus and say it's a UFO. I don't do that. All right. So this Stevensville event went nuts. It went worldwide overnight. People were driving down the Stevensville, looking for the lights, recording the lights. They're real. The lights are real. All in this area. Oh, let me make the screen bigger here. Look at all these sightings. Thousands of people, thousands. News crews came out. They had a town meeting about it where hundreds of people saw the lights. 500 people showed up. Usually they don't get more than 30, 40 people at a town meeting. Over 1,000 people saw it that they know of. And it turned into a media circus. But let me ask you this now. We're 15 years later, and we still haven't learned anything. Do you realize we never get any answers? Never. Sucks. And you know why they tried to cover it up in this town? People were being harassed by men in black, freaky looking twins that were stalking people. I'm telling you, watch this. It's not bad. It's pretty fun. Well, Leroy sees another UFO. He sees it, he says the video, and they show it, when he was recording this thing, it was interfering with his video. And you can see it glitching out, which was kind of cool. Oh, yeah, this lady. Remember her? She passed away. Yeah, there's Mark. But nobody knows what these lights were. And there's radar data. Very, 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 very good radar data. Guess what? You can't see it. The government doesn't allow you to see radar anymore. So you can do a FOIA request for radar and you won't get it. How do you like them apples? So you can't even get the evidence of the radar. Even if you wanted it, you wouldn't get it. Here's the guy's sighting. This is what he recorded. Him. It's a blue screen. There it is. It's out of focus the whole time. Made me so mad to watch this, but you guys can watch it on Netflix yourself. But it's just that. It's nothing. It's terrible. It's a VHS recorded. It's better than nothing. I get it, but there should be more. Right here, it shows it in my scan. There we go. You know, it's out of focus, but what is that thing? Even if you focused it, what the hell? You know, you can't go by this. It is very, very much out of focus. But he tried. He said he saw another UFO and it interfered with his video. But what he was doing, that was his mirror cam, his dash cam. And I think every time he moved it to look up at the UFO, I think his hands move the wires. Those wires get brittle in the sun after a while. And he said he had that in there for a while. But every time he moved it, I think that's why his screen was shuddering. He says, interesting before it never happened and after it never happened. Yeah, because you weren't messing around with the camera when you're driving. Of course, nothing's gonna happen. So you see what I mean? People create stuff that isn't there. Now, I don't know if that's what was happening, but I could tell you I've had dash cams in almost every car I've ever owned. And after a couple of years in Arizona, anyway, those wires, you move them and they're like brittle back there. So hot in the sun, yeah. So the connections just aren't the same, and I think that's what happened with this guy. But he did capture something on video. He said it was pulsing. But his video is out of focus. He got something, but it's out of focus. Yep. And like I said, there is radar data, but we're never going to see it. And one thing about this documentary, this docuseries, they keep showing videos. You know how they do B-roll footage and show you stuff while they're talking? You know, cars driving by, airplanes in the sky, and radar. And they keep showing Jeremy Corbell's pyramid, his lie is hoax, other hoaxes. Like, they don't know, when they made this docuseries, they don't know what's real and what isn't. Well, let me put it to you this way. They don't know what's CGI and what isn't. Real, they're all real. But this is just the first episode. There's just so much. There's a lot. They did a lot in the first episode. I was happy with it. It's history. It's a history lesson. That's all this is. But there is a religious undertone. They talked about Ezekiel's wheel. You know, a wheel inside of a wheel. Did God make us? Did God make everything? You know, they talked about that for a second. One thing, that guy Stephen Allen I told you about, he's one of the witnesses to these lights. Get this. The guy loses everything because he's so enamored by what he saw that all he could do was focus on figuring out what it was. He lost his wife after 17 years of being married, I think, something like that. They got divorced. His job suffered. His health suffered. I'm like, what is wrong with people? How sensitive are you? I thought you were in Nam. Jesus, what kind of snowflake? What happened to this guy? I got to find out what it is. It was so cool. For all we know, for all he knows, he got a drone. It's probably not even a UFO. Imagine that if he found out it was really just a man-made thing. What would happen to him then? I guess I made a mistake. Oh, well. You know, what would happen to that guy? He loses everything, shits on his job, shits on his health, shits on his family, because he's got to know. I got to know. That's a control freak. That's somebody who needs to know. Oh, I don't even know how she stayed married to that guy. No wire hangers. Can you imagine this guy? All the towels must be 1 inch apart, and they must be very fluffy. Anyway, people are weird. When it comes to UFOs, you really see what people are made of. You really do. You really do. What a schmuck. And that's the problem. What did I say a few minutes ago? These people in the documentary, they're all on that side of the narrative of ufology. Very sensitive. Very sensitive. Very in touch with their feelings. Jesus. The critical thinking, we're losing critical thinkers. We really are. Episode 2 was good. I enjoyed it. I don't remember what the name of it was. I called it Ridicule. Let's go to the next one. Oh, Believers is what it's called. This is about the kids, the Ariel School students, and other witnesses. I don't really care. I watched it. And, you know, I was cleaning and doing laundry while I was watching it because I know the whole story. They got Ralph Blumenthal in here. He was responsible for the New York Times article, right? Those 3 videos that came out. He's the one that said, isn't he the one that put those up, said that they're real? And he's also responsible for poking fun at ufology. What's this? Oh, all things good. Thank you very much for the £5, £5 super dono. That's right. It's a super dono type of super chat. It's perfect. It's love. It's all I need. Mucho gusto, generoso. And you can help support GoofOn the same way. We are support. Oh, I did that earlier. Sorry. You know what to do. Thank you, all things good. Mucho gusto, generoso. Sorry, it took me a minute. Thank you. All right. So we got Ralph Blumenthal. I don't like him at all. He's very untrustworthy. He's responsible for making fun while also trying to be Mr. Credibility, talking about UFOs and then ridiculing them in the same breath, pretty much. You know, he has to. He can't say he's all in, but he is. Ralph Blumenthal's all in for Ralph Blumenthal. Anyway, that was a very short stint in this docuseries, so I didn't really need to focus on that. But they get right to the school kids. Look at them now. Some of them are identifying as giraffes. Some of them are identifying as people. Some of them identify as the moon. See it back there? But these are some of the students. They're grown up. And we did hear a couple of news stories. Nothing new per se, but one new student that I thought did very well. The witnesses talked about how you're going to love this. I didn't know what I'm about to tell you happened. This is terrible, just terrible. Witnesses, they talked about how they received the alien's message telepathically. So I always enjoyed hearing that. I like to hear what was the message. Well, the message was the technology is going to destroy you. The technology is not that important. Stop with the technology. See what happened? I know I'm having problems with my processor. I need to have an update. One of the kids said, get this. You ready? He lied about seeing a UFO and aliens and created all of this illusion and lies that the students and teachers said they saw. So what he said was there was a shiny rock in the distance, and he yells out, "Look, that's a UFO. And I think I see an alien," or he says something to that effect. And all the kids started screaming and saying they saw UFOs, got messages So this guy, who I've never seen before until this documentary, is now coming out saying he's responsible for the lie. And of course, they didn't spend a lot of time talking about this guy. But other people, like the other witnesses who heard what he said, they said, I would know if it was a rock. That guy's lying. So this guy either was paid or was demanded to throw in a monkey wrench into the whole thing. Nobody's going to believe it. There were 60 witnesses. But he says in this docuseries, he's like, oh yeah, kids at that age, they lie about everything. Yeah, we all lie. He's right. He's right. But they didn't, and he didn't, and he's just trying to make a name for himself. Isn't that sad? And when you look at the guy tell the story, you can totally see through his body language, his face, that he is loving being on camera. Loves it. Thinks he's the shit. It's funny. All right. So that's news. That was new to me. So kudos for that. But I don't believe that guy started all that. And there were sightings that were happening not only there, but in other places around the area. That's the first I've ever heard about so-called hoax. He actually said 60 people did lie about seeing aliens and UFOs. That's exactly what happened with the Phoenix Lights, now that I think about it. When they were trying to figure out what the Phoenix Lights were, they had a town meeting. Hundreds of people showed up. Everybody was saying what they saw, right? One guy says, out of all the people that were there, one guy says, I hate to disappoint everybody, but I had binoculars and those were airplanes. And they were carrying banners or something like to that effect. And the news went with that guy's story. Out of all the other people, the news just said, well, I think we might have an answer to those lights on March 13th. A witness said that he saw airplanes through his binoculars. Well, what do you think about that, Martha Ray? You know, and they just kept rolling that story out. Everybody knew it was bullshit. And you could tell he had the same body language as the guy in the Ariel School hoax liar. It was amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, everybody's got to be first, right, Rose Cuckold? Cuckold! 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 You're going to like the next episode. Look, there really wasn't much to talk about in that Ariel School part, this episode 2. There's the guy. That's the guy who said he's the one who told the lie. You could even tell right there in that pause, you can tell he's an asshole. Seriously, I'm not even joking. He looks like a prick. Hey, I don't make him. I just show him. There he is. Psychopath. Right? Look, he's got that hair like Kramer from Seinfeld. Can't you tell I'm stressed out? Let's go to episode 3. The Broadhaven Triangle. A close encounter at a children's school in a tiny Welsh village spurs a series of sightings. An astrophysicist theorizes about aliens and water. This is the one where, was it John Mack? Didn't he go out? I thought John Mack went to this one. So in this one, this was really the best episode, I thought, because so much happened It is unbelievable the amount of stuff that happened. Okay. In this Broadhaven Triangle mystery, 120 cows were teleported from one ranch to another. Guy calls up the other ranch and goes, "Why'd you bring your cows over to my pen?" He goes, "I didn't bring your cows over to my boat. I'm looking at them right now." And he said, "Well, golly." So they called the sheriff. By the time sheriff got out there, them cows transported back to my pen. I said, "Dang. Boy." Tim Freestone. There were, get this, you're going to love it. You don't even have to be in Vegas for this one, kids. 8 to 10 foot tall humanoid beings at the door of a woman's home. No face. No facial features. 8 to 10 feet tall. Sounds a little familiar, don't it? Oh, I'm so hungry. I would love a donut. You ready? Men in Black twins. Twins. Expressionless, emotionless. It's not the Cousins brothers, I can tell you that. I thought about it. I'm like, oh boy. Oh shit. The Cousins brothers are, they're Men in Black. And I hung out with them. What did they do to me? UFOs disappear into a mountain of rocks or an island that's just a lot of rocks. They disappear into it. There's a ghost. It's not just about UFOs. It's about encounters with the paranormal. There's a ghost called the White Lady Ghost. What is it? The people who've seen this ghost have been ridiculed. Kids who've seen it were bullied because it's real. And everybody in this town is scared of it. But they moved into this home with the white lady, right? Am I wrong about this? I don't know. I may have fallen asleep. But the people sounded very, very truthful. You know, they didn't sensationalize it. They didn't try to make it better than what it was. When they told their story in this episode, I thought they did great. Episode 3 was good. Episode 4, look what I wrote. That's it. Lights over Fukushima. All videos looked fake. I'm not even going to talk about it. I hated episode 4. It was stupid because they kept showing the fake UFOs, saying that people are seeing these things, and they were all the fake CGI ones that we're all familiar with. They try to dramatize it, you know, all 250,000 people died, and an 8.9 earthquake. It just devastated everything. Anyway, if I was to rate this docuseries on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it an 8.8 for entertainment value. It was good. It wasn't great. Maybe 8.3. All right, 8.3. 8.3. I changed my vote. 8.3. It's not bad. It's fun. But you don't learn anything. You know? The kind of documentary I want to make, I will make it. Just like your videos. I will make it. And it'll be fun. It'll be a good movie. Because I think we all want the same thing. We want to be entertained. Right? And that's all it is. We don't want the truth. Well, let me ask you this. Once we get the truth and we find out aliens are here, we're getting their technology, we're cleaning up the earth, what now? What now? What do? We just talk about how cool it is to have anti-gravity? Yeah, man, I got the new hoverboard. Did you hear they're making a surfboard? Yeah, but it's not for the ocean. No. They're making cement pools. Yeah, I'm telling you. This technology's amazing. You can jump out of a plane now without a parachute. Because by the time you get close to the ground, the sensors will sense it and slow you down. You no longer need a parachute to jump out of a plane. You just need this little device. Sounds like fun. Sign me up. So we're going to get whistleblowers. Ufology's going down the same path it's gone down every decade, every 5 years. Nothing new is happening. And that's that. Here, take a listen. Again, take a listen.
For us to now know that 30 more whistleblowers have come forward and spoken to the Pentagon or to the Inspector General or to Congress, do we have any indication of what they've said?
Hey, good to be with you, Brian. Yeah, I think it's an interesting story we did today. We spent a lot of time on it, a lot of time working on it, interviewed a lot of people, multiple sources, more sources even than my previous story. And pretty persuasive that really at least dozens of people have come forward as whistleblowers. They are making claims that are as dramatic as the claims that Grush made to Congress and also to News Nation.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Well, you heard it. They are making just as the incredible claims as David Grush made. How exciting is that going to be? Will we ever find out what those whistleblowers say? Someday we will. What else is going on in ufology? Let's take a look. I can show you this UFO sighting as a way of a teaching tool, as a way of a learning experience, as a way of comparing it to other videos you may have seen. Maybe you've seen this video, maybe you have not, but I'd like to show it to you as my way of saying, welcome to ufology. They call this a UFO fleet. Anytime you have more than one dot, it's called a fleet. That's all you need is two. All you need is two. All you need is two.
For a fleet.
Two is all you need. Does that look familiar to anybody? Does that look like my UFO fleet? Man, look how beautiful. They're high up there. Let me tell you something, kids. One thing I know. Party balloons usually don't go that high. Usually. The bigger the balloon, the higher it'll go. But you get the regular 12 inchers to 18 inchers, guys. And those will go about 2,000 feet. And then they flatten out. Here, these look like they're way above 10,000 feet. Let's say they're 5,000 feet. Let's say they're at 2,500 feet. Not party balloons. Somebody released something else, bigger, thicker, stronger, higher. Not party balloons. See, a lot of people think that's the type of balloons that are being seen in videos like these and my fleet video. Wrongo! You'll be wrong. They're thicker, stronger, bigger, wider, longer balloons. If they're not balloons, well, why are they always white? Oh, that was it. Here's another UFO. You've seen these before, but a mysterious sight in the night sky was captured on camera. 3 UFOs fell to the ground, but at some point they lined up in a triangular shape. What or who do you think it was? I know what this is when I first saw it. I think you're going to say the same thing in 3, 2, go. All you need is a chute. Let me play it again, and I will tell you what we're looking at. What you're seeing is 3 skydivers with flamethrowers on their boots, something like that. When they get to a certain altitude, looks like about 500 feet, maybe 1,000, they pull the chute. Why can't you see it? Because they're tiny chutes. Well, because they're very far away. And then once that chute opens up, they fly around, meander back and forth very slowly. That's why it looks like, oh, they just stopped in midair. They're hovering. They're not hovering. They're moving constantly. All right. Let's show you one more time. These are nothing but sky shooters, paragliders. Parachutists. I'm going to take a bump off of my... See the chute? See the chute? You can see him. He's right there on top. Pretty good. It's pretty good. I saw this today. When I was 19, 20 years old, I met a lady at a bowling alley. My friend Todd and I were practicing on a Saturday afternoon. She and her 2 kids, who were 7 and 8 years old, daughter, son, daughter was older, son was a year younger. And they said, oh, do you mind if we bowl here? Now, they have already known they were going to bowl there with us. And, oh, fine, da-da-da-da-da. So, I don't know how it happened, but she goes, would you like me to tell you your future? She says this to my friend. He goes, why? And she goes, well, I'm a witch. And she had this long hair, went all the way past her buttocks. You know, she had the garb on, the long gown, a lot of the clangety clang. And, you know, crystals in her hair and her eyes made out of gold. And she says, let me show you a marker that proves I'm a witch and my bloodline goes to my children. She takes her hand and she shows, you know, this part right in here, right in there. And she shows me, she scrunches it up a little, and I see a perfect 5-star, what is it, pentagram? Not only that, you could tell it was natural. Her kids also had the same mark. It's unreal. And it wasn't something like a cattle prod was put on them, you know, it wasn't a tattoo. That was just cool. So today I see this on X. And this guy was claiming, he goes, very, very strange. Yesterday in about the same place as the triangle showed up on my right hand before, a triangle inflamed for a few hours and then went away. Maybe they were close. He's saying this was a triangle. This was a triangle that inflamed into a triangle. I've also had the triangle on my left hand. It's the UFO formation or craft lighting information. Somebody, please do this guy a favor and take him to see a psychiatrist. What a nut. What a freaking nut. Anjali did this. She encouraged that guy with her bullshit. That's how it happens. That young lady could do it, I could do it. Shit. I've had weird stuff happen on me, and you know, and they let's see how special I am. Oh, look. Aha. Ho ho. No ho ho. You gotta have evidence. Here's a UFO sighting I think you're all gonna love. This is from LUFOs. Watch, learn, listen, love. We've seen this before. Not this exact same one. Go. Anybody know what it is? You want to take a guess? I think I know what it is. I just saw what it was. I know what it is. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so oh. It's so easy. It's so easy.
Oh, there it is.
What is they talking about? It's gone already? What? It was right there. There it is. I don't understand. Maybe I'm reading this wrong.
Huh. I just want to get over that.
I thought he was interested in the rectangle. Right? I thought he was interested in this. And then you see something pulling it like an airplane. There. It was right there. It just showed up. You could see it in the film, in the recording. There, see? So I thought the guy was talking about this, pulling this banner. I don't know what he's talking about. That's a bird.
I don't know, I'm going. It's gone. What the fuck?
I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't realize it was that stupid. We don't need to see you, Shellenberger. You're talking out your ass with the burger. Huh? All right, let's keep going. We got a lot more to go over. Oh my God. I got to show you this. This is one of my favorite of all time paranormal things I've ever seen. This is unbelievable. Really. This to me makes me feel like I'm doing it. I'm in the right place. You got to see this. This is freaking awesome. No. This is really weird. Go. I said go.
Back on June 25th, 2023, Reddit user Riley was sent a video from one of his friends that truly baffled him. He decided to post the video to the Ghost subreddit to hopefully find some answers. His friend was home alone late one evening when his doorbell began to ring several times. When he looked at the live video feed on his phone, he was absolutely stunned by
Oh,
what
this
he
is so
witnessed.
creepy. Oh, I can't handle it. This is real, too. It's not fake. I'm not going to ruin it for me. Watch. Look, watch. What is it doing? Where's it going? Come on. Really? I don't understand. Come on. Why can't I grab it? Isn't that thing
Back
weird?
on June 25th, 2020.
I hate that you can't grab it
23,
and go
Reddit
forward.
user Riley was sent a
Reddit user Riley.
video from one of his friends that truly baffled him.
It's
He
just
decided to
weird.
post-
It looks like it's mechanical. It looks like it is not an entity, but it looks like there's something invisible cloaking itself. Looks like it has a bracelet on, right? And then it seems like they're knocking on the door. Shing, 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 shing. And then the bracelet moves. Maybe they adjust it or do something. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite. It's real. That's why. It's real.
Post the video to the Ghost subreddit to hopefully find some answers. His friend was home alone late one evening
Home
when
alone.
his doorbell began to ring
Oh, I
several
love
times.
this.
When he looked at the live video feed on his phone, he was absolutely stunned by what he witnessed.
Look, see it? It was up top. Look at that. What is it? I don't understand. It looks like a magic flute or a pipe of some sort. And now it's going to go whooting, whooting, whooting. Wow. It's so weird. Watch. I don't know. Are those two little people right there? Watch. And then it's going to go. Ding, ding, ding. It's pogo sticking. Oh, it's so weird and freaky cool. I don't know what it's hitting. Yeah, I think it's just hitting the door, like it's knocking on it. It's really cool. I like it. And I'm not going to shy away from saying I like it. I actually love it. That was a cool one. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'll talk about it real quick. So Rose Cuckold says there's going to be disclosure in 12 to 18 months. Why would he say that? Oh, there's a... Well, it says the bodies recovered from UFO crashes may be non-biological AI drones, and that the world will likely be living with the reality of a non-human intelligence on Earth within the next 12 to 18 months. You know, he gets his information from the same people we do. There's nothing he knows for him to say that.
Necessarily a life form, because they may in fact just be some form of biological artificial intelligence. That's one of the theories. And it may very well be that these entities are actually drones of some kind that are used by a non-human intelligence that's sending spacecraft drones into our atmosphere to test and see what's happening on planet Earth.
Presumably, we could establish reasonably.
What kind of shit-eating grin was that? On Earth.
And see what's happening on planet Earth.
Crack a smile. Look at what I just said. Take that and you'll love it. Leader Shermer.
Presumably, we could establish reasonably quickly whether... No, maybe we couldn't. I mean, the problem I have here is throwing out any assumption. I would say you've got a body. You can work out if it's organic with some sort of autopsy. But given that we could be talking about any level of development or scientific development, I guess you've got to throw out all your expectations.
Yeah, I mean, look, I, as I'm talking to you, Neil, I'm conscious of the fact that this all sounds crazy. It really does. I mean, it sounds daffy, and I've taken quite a lot of hits from my journalistic colleagues who love taking the mickey with me and saying, oh, you know, Ross Coulthout's gone UFO crazy. But if they were talking to the sources that I've been privileged to speak to, people at a very high level in US defense and intelligence, people in the French government, the British government, the Russian government.
Oh my God, it doesn't matter. The government, the Russian government, China government, American government, my government, Canada government, Mexican government. One word. Never use trust and government in the same sentence. It don't work. He's trusting the government all of a sudden. The government, they're going to give it to us. Don't worry about it. We're going to love it. Love it! Rose Cuckold coming through again. Just talking out her ass. Good Lord. She needs help. He goes, you know, all these people I'm talking to, this government, that, oh boy. They're telling him exactly what they want him to parrot. And he's doing it perfectly. Hey, Rose, just tell everybody this one. We've got aliens in a freezer. At Area 52. Try that, see if everybody likes it. You want me to go on my podcast and tell people that there are aliens frozen at Area 52. Yeah, we want you to do that. All right. 40 quid. You don't want cigars? Oh, and cigars. Yes, cigars. Rose Cuckold throwing it down for 40 quid. Selling his soul to the devil man. Devil man. Check this out. You want the truth? You came to truth. That didn't come out right. You want the truth? You came to the truth. Truthology for ufology right here at GoofOn. Check it out. More truth coming at you. The gray aliens. Nasty little mother...
Aliens, on record, met with Eisenhower.
Nah.
And then you had this other group of entities known as like the Tall Whites or the Nordics.
That's racist.
They met with Eisenhower separately, and they warned him. They said, you do...
Tall Whites? Wait, what the fuck? Tall Whites? That doesn't make sense. That's an oxymoron. Wait, what?
Do not ever want to make a deal with the gray aliens. They are deceptive. They are very deceptive. All they want to do is deceive you and enslave you.
Don't make a deal with the gray aliens. All they want to do is deceive you and eat you. That's all. Don't make a deal with those damn grays. Oh, too late, Chief. You're like 55 years a little late there, Rubberneck. I wish we would have met you a long time ago. Gee, where do you get your information? National Enquirer. National Enquirer? The National... Do you know the National Enquirer actually was telling us the truth? What movie? Men in Black. That's right. Andrea Coran knows. She's throwing down $5 super dono like it's the beginning of the show. Look at the love still pouring in at this hour. Mucho gusto generoso. Andrea Coran, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you. The love is strong with this one. See what we just created together? For that, I thank you. The love is strong with this one. Oh, why wasn't I saying that last year? Grazie. Grazie. Seriously, grazie. Huh? Oh, I didn't even check the PayPal. Nope, nothing on the PayPal. Well, let me double check. Nope. Wait. Nope. I write the songs that make the whole ufology stink. You ready? Did we already play this? Oh, let's finish this. Watch this. They're demonic. I don't understand where these people get their information. I always thought the Greys were helpful little creatures. I did. I thought they were nice. I thought they helped me with my mask, when I couldn't breathe. And made sure I was tied down tight. They did a good job.
They're demonic, basically. I don't think they used the word demonic, right? Because they're all demonic, but they were warning Eisenhower never to enter into a covenant with the Greys. Well, they were the good guys, the Greys were the bad guys. This is fascinating because if you fast forward into this idea of a coming deception, they had to already set the groundwork to create a good alien, bad alien, good cop, bad cop. Because what we're dealing with here is a bunch of liars. Satan's a liar, his demons are liars. That's why when someone starts playing with a Ouija board, their grandmother starts talking to them. It's not your grandmother, bro. That's a demon.
How do you know? You don't know if it's a demon. That is very irresponsible and very, very old way of thinking. That's not true. That is so old way of thinking. Let me tell you what is another old way of thinking and that has never been proven. And this is going for Bigfoot. You know how people see Bigfoot? And a lot of times you'll hear the skeptics say it was most likely a bear, but their adrenaline was going. And we all know when the adrenaline's going, our brain, can imagine things. And most likely they saw a Bigfoot, but it was really a bear. Do you know that's never been proven once? Never. It's fodder. It's a wives' tale bullshit. It's not true. It's something you say when you don't have an answer. Right? Come on. You know. Right? That's all they're saying. We don't know, but you know. Oh, I don't know. Why? You don't have to lie. You don't. The paranormal is fun enough in its rawest form. You don't need to embellish. You don't need to make it better, bigger, brighter, scarier. You don't need to do that. What is this here? Reports of strange light events in the skies of China and Bogota. At least 3 flying objects, so far unidentified UFOs, were seen flying through the cloud cover. They maintain a kind of light trail at the time of their movement. All right, let's take a look at this together, shall we? Oh, yeah, I've been holding on to this one for a day or two. All right, take a look at this. Tell me what you think. Or don't. I don't care. I care. I care. Samo.
UFO.
UFO.
谁能告诉我这是什么？
什么
UFO。
什么？
Extrañas luces que desprenden una estela lumínica se mueven en la nubosidad de Bogotá de Colombia.
Okay. That's a fucking airplane. Oh, they're talking about this. This? Let's see.
Mira la estela, mira la estela. Mira, mira, hay dos. Mira, mira, ahí apareció el otro. Míralo, ¿se lo ves?
Sí.
Quedan tres.
¿Qué es
Míralo. Se desaparecen.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That little white dot. I don't know. At the end there, I don't know what it is. You know what it does look like, though? I have to tell you. It looks like a drone with the light on, the landing light on. And they're catching it, not knowing maybe it's a drone. Now, it's high, but it isn't. That plane is probably 300 to 400 feet high. If this is a drone, it looks like it might be around the same height. It depends on if it's closer or further away. See, I think this is close. I think this is being caught by the cameras. Obviously, I don't know if they have infrared or what, but they're capturing it when it's in range of the phone. I think this is close. And I think it's a bug. Or it's a UFO. You be the judge. What do I know? Pretty cool.
Mira, mira, hay dos. Mira, ahí apareció el otro. Míralo,
Pretty cool.
¿se lo ves?
Sí.
Quedan tres.
¿Qué es
Míralo. Se desaparecen.
Not bad. Not a bad one, really. Be honest with you. I don't know what it is. What do you guys think? Terminator drone? Sports drones do go fast, but good footage all the same. Yeah. Yeah, why can't it just be aliens for once? On a radical lefty, you shattered my illusion once more, Rich. Yeah, you're welcome. What's going on, Jana? Ba-ba-da-ba-da. It's the 10%. I know you're going by those 1977 statistics. The new statistics are this. And this is how you have to say it. It's not that we can explain what we're seeing. It's the 1% of the stuff we see that we don't understand. See, now it's 1%. Haven't we gotten a little smarter over the years? I think it's 1 to 3% of things that are in the sky we can't explain. And that's about right. They're either too far away, we don't have the magnification power to see that close. Let me show you another one. Well, that's what that is really strange. What is this? Captured tonight at area. Oh my God. You want to have some fun? You want to see a cool video? Somebody explain this to me. This one, this is blowing up the internet right now. And it can't be faked. I don't know how they faked it. I don't know how they would fake this. Have you seen this? Watch this. This is going to blow your 19 faces off. You ready? set, watch this area here.
Enough, you need to get in your seats right now. Hey, you kids, step forward, please. Facing forward, thank you. That's what I like. Whoa.
Where'd they go?
Whoa. Everybody hang on! Oh. Is everybody okay?
Where'd they go?
Kids!
Where'd they go? First of all, I would be freaking out way more than that guy would be. That guy. I'd be like, yo, what? Wait, where is everybody? Look under all the seats. He barely looked. He goes, I gotta go. Now, we all know that really happened, right? How'd they do it then? How'd they get them all out of there? Let's watch it again. You'll see. This is real, guys. This really happened. Watch. Watch. See? 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 Daytime? Dark. Look at the walls here. You see what I mean? If you look here, look at the sides. Look at now, it's bright. And then when the kids disappear, it gets cloudy like dark. See? It's different. Different time of day. No, because if you look outside, look out the window, you can tell that it's the same exact scene and nothing's changed when they disappear. Watch. See, it's the same scene. But what's this? You see this here? You see this black thing? It moves along like a shadow. It's not there and then it is. See? I think it's from outside. Oh, those are windows. Oh, so we're seeing outside. Okay. Okay, I see. We're seeing outside. Is it fake? Watch the guy's reaction. You ready? You don't even need to hear it. Just watch. This is how you learn how to read people. You don't even need to hear it. Watch. There. He's now going to look up. He doesn't keep looking up. He looks down. Now he looks back up. In no rush to get back there and look. Let's listen now. He doesn't even go halfway. Why didn't even he? How do you know? They could be all scrunched up in the back. He didn't even go check. Puts his hands up on his head to show that he's distressed. 100% fake move. That's what they do when they want to fake you. I'm calling this one out. It's fake. And then he says to himself, I got to call someone. Like, nobody does that. Yeah. I call bullshit. What do you guys think? They fell out? That bus driver's a hell of an actor. You got that right, Ice Cream Shots. I'd be freaked out if I just lost 50 kids. It's fun, though. It's fun. It's fun. Well, what is this? Like Manifest? You know? Oh, they all disappeared. They're 5 years in the future. They're fine. Their families aren't going to miss them. You know, it's only going to be 5 years. They'll reunite and they'll be younger, but the parents will be older. It'll be really cool. Huh? You know. All right. Tomorrow, Oh, wait a second. Unprecedented UFO footage emerges from the ocean? Let me see this. Oh my God. Seriously? Watch this. So there's I guess, what do you call it on X? A channel? Well, there's a person on X that goes by World War III. Everything they put up has got a logical explanation, except for this one. I think it's just a balloon. But you be the judge. Do you see it?
Yeah, look at that UFO go.
First of all, you can hear the wind blazing through the microphone. That is a very low, wobbly object in the wind, moving at the pace, you guessed it, of the wind. Guys, girls, everybody in between, identifiers unknown, you're looking at a baboon. I kid you not. You saw it. Check this one out. This one's called Peekaboo. Oh, okay. Check this out. Oh, I don't remember this one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, engage. It's flares. It's a drone. It's a balloon. I don't know. Huh? Oh, I don't remember this one. All right, I got to pause it. First of all, I just have to say right out of the gate, this looks legit. Start over. This looks legit. This is unbelievable already. It's making me mad. This can't be. Whoa. Come on, there's got to be more than that, Joe. Oh, I saw a flash. See, you know, that's what I like about this sighting already. Can somebody put a bullet in the cat for me? Oh, I hear jets too. So, what the hell? I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. This is unbelievable. This is crazy good. It's dots, I know, but it's still, it doesn't look fake to me. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I just saw something that did look fake. Hold on. Yeah, it's fake. Damn it. It's 100% fake. Sacred Teachings is right. Good job. 100% fake. How do you know? Oh, I shut it down. When the orb shrunk down on my big monitor here, I could easily tell it was digital. When it closed, you could see the crease, the line. It didn't look real. You're going to have to look at the video on your own. But at the 16-second mark is when it did it. It definitely looked fake. Damn it. It looked so good, though. I'm telling you, man, that did look real. I'm looking at it again. Damn it. I even think the guy's using, whoever did this is using the same exact flash GIF, but he's not. You know what? I'm going to have to look at this one more time. This is weird. Maybe it is real. Maybe it's Pakistan. Oh, you see what I did there? Israel. You guys and your history. What's that? All right. So, Tom DeLong, we did talk about the giant underground pyramid the other day. The giant underground pyramid is suppressing consciousness, says DeLong. DeLong is very vague about it, though. He says, I'd have to check. Apparently, yeah. You know what? I don't know. The legend is, I think, if I remember correctly, maybe it was something like that. I can't remember. Okay, Chief. That sounds legitimate. And chemtrails are real. It's official. You don't have to go outside to look up to prove to yourself that chemtrails are real. Why? The CIA director admits plans for geoengineering, aka chemtrails. Check it out. They're real. They're doing it. Check it out.
Is the array of technologies often referred to collectively as geoengineering that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles
What,
that can
STD?
help
What'd he
reflect
say?
the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do.
Volcanic.
An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some
Global temperature increases. Yeah, you can tell this guy didn't write this. Somebody wrote it for him. He doesn't even know when the influx should be. Watch.
global temperature increases,
Global temperature increases. Watch.
reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly.
Oh my God.
As promising as it may be, moving forward on SAI would also raise a number of challenges for our government and for the international community. On the technical side, greenhouse gas emission reductions would still have to accompany SAI to address other climate change effects, such as ocean acidification, because SAI alone would not remove greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. On the geopolitical side, the technology's potential to alter
Well, that's it for tonight, kids. Thanks for hanging out at Goof On. I appreciate the support. Put those down. We'll be back mañana. Oh, let me see if I can get a video up. No, I can't. I can't. I got too many things in a. It would take me too long. Tomorrow, maybe. Look, I know I've been leading you guys on. It's worth the wait. Trust me. I want to do it right. I just don't want to put them up and go, hey, there's a dot right there and then a big dot over there. No, I want to make this a theatrical thing. These sightings I have to be treated like the history they're going to make. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. Mucho gusto generoso. Unbelievable support. Like nothing I've ever seen before, since, or even after. Well, it's not over yet, but after. It'll be like the best thing you know what I mean? And thank you, newcomers and veterans, for hanging out, making the chat fun and exciting. For those who participated, I appreciate you like you wouldn't believe. We do it here every single night except for Sunday because of football. And we do it and we mean it. We're not fake. What? Truthology. Truthology for ufology. For you. That about wraps it up. Hey, if you have any concerns, you have any ideas for the show, you have any dots you want to send my way, goofonradio@gmail.com. All the links are in the show description. You could find and contact me anywhere the show is seen. Basically on YouTube. Be good to each other, okay? But seriously, be good to yourself. Alien Plus. Stupid. Just have a good night.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.